Network. Now, so I can see you, Yangwa. I can see you. Hello, Bernard. How are you? No, so one letter. I can see you. Bush Bar Lounge. I can see you. Hello, everyone. How are you? Sorry, I'm just coming back from work. Sorry, we're starting 20 minutes late, but we'll stay here till whenever. Chick Tochi, thank you. Thank you. Bush Bar Lounge, thank you. So. Let's wait for others to join, like 5 minutes. Charge your phone. Oh. Get your pen and paper. As you can see, I have mine. I have my paper. I have my pen. And I'm here to learn. Fresh foodies, I love you too.
Hello, people.
Corn is coming. See where? Corn is coming. You don't know what we're discussing today. Ha. Pazura 1. My darling Pazura. Get ready, I'm calling you today. Or should I even call you now? Don't worry, I'll call you. Pazura, make sure you have your pen and paper, because as a single girl, I hope you make a good wife. So let's start learning. Samuel Godfrey, I see you. Good girl, pretty blessing. Thank you. Good afternoon. So today's topic is on okay, who can tell me? Good students, who can tell me? Who can tell me today's topic? "50 ways to a fruitful, sexy life." No, we've done that. Anger, yes. Forgiveness, yes. Unforgiveness, yes. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Ruki. Trust, yes. Communication, yeah. Amaka Oge. Anger, trust for irreconcilable issues or differences. Yes. Like it's going to rain again today. Understanding. Anger management. So, Obiabo. I pray that today they will change. Why is it difficult to build long distance relationships? I don't think I've had one before. Communication is key when you're doing long distance relationships. Communication and trust is key. If there's no communication, if there's no trust, it's going to be difficult for long distance relationships. Yes, so all Obiabo will change today in Jesus' name. Amen. Why would somebody be like that? Always aggressive, always angry, unforgiveness. Unforgiveness robs you of your happiness. So we shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't be like that. Unforgiveness robs you of your happiness. The Bible said we should forgive 70 times 7. Like, what would somebody do to you in a day for 70 times 7? So if you have anything to tell me, you let me know. What is unforgiveness? What is it unforgiveness or forgiveness that we're talking about? Both. Good. All of these things, they are interrelated. That's why I had to put it together, because from not communicating well, you start getting angry, you start bearing grudges, and from there you start saying that you will not forgive, maybe trust issues, and by the time you know it, it has escalated at the marriage. You will now be filing for divorce for irreconcilable differences or irreconcilable issues. We'll be treating divorce and separation and in-law, So today for Obi Kubana is fine. He said he'll be joining us. Let me just be waiting down. Ihuaku, I'll be calling you today. You've entered my arsenal. Ihuaku, thank you for joining. I think we should call Ihuaku now, right? Ihuaku, please, can I call you? So for a marriage to succeed, both spouses must be able to hear each other's complaints. So for a marriage to succeed, yeah, in-law is tomorrow. I've been receiving a lot of messages. This marriage thing is sometimes it's not easy. It's not easy, So you guys, for your marriage to succeed, you need to learn how to communicate with your spouse. You need to learn how to communicate, how to hear each other's complaints without getting defensive. Sometimes when you're talking and you be like, why are you doing this? DJ Factor, I see you. So you need to communicate in a way that your spouse will understand, and that is with love. We're going to be treating why is communication important in a marriage. We're going to be answering that question. How do you communicate with a difficult spouse? Yes, you can pour your heart out. That is communication, because if you don't pour your heart out, I don't know how else your spouse will be able to know what's wrong with you. Sometimes we women, we always assume that your husband is supposed to know what's wrong with you. Do you get? No. It shouldn't be that way. You ought to speak out. Correction in love. Thank you, Samuel Godfrey. Correction in love. Tone matters when you're communicating. The kind of tone that you use matters when you're communicating. The kind of response you give matters when you're okay. I should pin the topic. Okay. Let me pin the topic. Matters. So you need to learn how to use those things in order to have peace. You know this thing called peace. If you don't have it in your home, I don't know where else you can get peace if you don't have peace in your home. So I try as much as possible at every point in my marriage to be peaceful. You know? Excuse me. Please permit me to pin down the okay. Unforgiveness. This topic is plenty for me to write, but I'll try. Unforgiveness. Anger. Trust. Communication. Eerie. Allah. Yes. Oh, thank you. Meanwhile, say hi to CFO.
Hello. Hope you are prepared for today's lesson.
We'll be wiring some Aza today.
Enough.
Enough, Guinea.
Enough.
Enough, Guinea. Okay, so um, can a marriage survive without communication? I don't think so, because you need to communicate. There's verbal communication, there's non-verbal, and we need to understand and be able to communicate in every way that we can, so that our marriage will um, thrive and our marriage will succeed. A lot of issues, a lot of irreconcilable differences, a lot of issues in marriages that has led to divorce still was caused because of um, lack of communication. Okay. I was wondering. Yeah, you brought a woman. It's really this platform has helped me. I don't know about you guys. I've been learning a lot. This platform has helped me, and I'm always here with my pen and paper. You know, um, fashion, Uncle Steph. I didn't see your contribution, so please write again. Welcome, Leke, Mr. Leke. So, for you to have a good marriage, you have to be open. There has to be open. Maxi is only one woman, oh, for DJ Factor. He's a faithful guy. I know him personally. Hey, yes, unforgiveness is caused by pride, you know. And sometimes people will say, I'm like that, I'm like that. Please, when, people with anger issues, they will come and say, I'm like that, I'm like that, I can't help it. There's nothing that you cannot work on. There is nothing that you cannot work on. There should be communication in marriage at all times. Thank you, Dobby, my brother. Do you understand? Concubines are commenting. Let them learn too. Everybody, I'm a very open person. Concubine, side chicks, everybody come and learn. But okay, let me call it Kwako. But when you learn, please put it to proper use. So, like I said, response matters a lot. The way you respond, your tone, and sometimes timing. Like if I want to discuss something serious with my husband, I don't just come and start. Maybe when he's under the mango tree, I'll be like, "Babe, come." You know, I do that early in the morning. I don't know what works for you, but I do that early in the morning. So all these things matters, because it's all these small things. There are no big things. It's the small things that accumulate to make marriage work. So I'm not saying that you don't have the right to be angry sometimes. Yes, we're humans. And your spouse is bound to, look for your trouble, and they're bound to, get you angry and get you upset sometimes. But we need to know how to respond, because it's your response that matters. This attitude of yelling, you're I'm not saying that sometimes I'm not, but I I I don't think I've ever in my marriage raised my voice at my husband. I haven't done it. I haven't done it. Like, or even call him bad names. Even when we're quarreling, I cannot call my husband, "You're a stupid man, you're this, you're that." Ever. We have never done that kind of thing. Okay? We have never. And when we share that with people, they don't believe us. They don't believe us. I don't know if it's me or him, but I just know that not that I don't get angry. Like I said, when I get angry, I will talk, and after talking, I will face the other side and sleep. When it's time for sex, we'll still do the sex thing and face the other side. Okay. Then I try not to go to bed angry. We send texts. Our own, we don't do. But I'll tell you, this one, I was telling you something and you're ignoring me, da 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 da, on text. And remember, I will not use any wrong word. I will not say stupid, this one, foolish, all those things. Because this man is the father of my kids. I mean, how can you call your spouse foolish, stupid, idiot? That kind of thing. How can you? It's something that I don't even call anybody foolish, stupid, and all. Maybe the way I was brought up, I don't know. Even my children, I'm trying to inculcate that in my kids. When other people, or when other kids come to the house and say you're stupid, they will come and report immediately. And when they report, I'll call that kid out and I'll tell them, in this house we don't use such words. Do you understand? In this house we don't use it, with love. Oh. And anytime I hear it again, I'll call them out till they know that this is how we behave in my home. My husband is a crown on my head. I respect him. Rookie's Empire, thank you for that. I respect my husband irrespective of our differences. And he has never, ever called me foolish woman, foolish this and that, all those kind of things. It's very, very, very important that you get this. In anything, even if the man is foolish, don't call him foolish. Even if he's a drunk, don't open your mouth. Remember, what you say is what you will get. What you say is what you will get. I believe that I see this is somebody I'm doing life with. If he's foolish, then I'm foolish also. And whatever it is, or whatever curse I place on him will still affect me. And it will still affect your children. So in anything that you do, mind it. Even when it's making you, no matter how bad it is, abusive words is a no-no. Nyanwa, thank you. It's a no-no. When you get that, you get everything. You mind your tone. When you're talking to your husband, mind your tone. Because you will make them now to be defensive. And the message you're trying to pass across will be lost. In everything, learn how to speak. And as women, people that know me, that I don't know how to talk. They say I talk soft. I don't even have the strength to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and all that. But please, let's learn, first of all, that abusive words, saying this and that, calling your husband's name, even your children, or even anybody, no matter how angry you are, you can say, you need to understand me. You're not getting what I'm saying. That's how you're not getting me. You're misunderstanding me, But me calling you foolish man and all that, you should please get it today. You should stop it if you're doing it. And I pray that God will give you the wisdom to manage your home well. Again, in all my prayer, I'm always asking for wisdom. We don't know it all. For everything I do, I ask for wisdom. Because you need wisdom. It's about to rain. You need wisdom. Even the Bible says that wisdom is the principal key. You need wisdom to manage your home. You need wisdom. In all of your getting, get wisdom. Get knowledge. Get understanding. Do you understand? Golden Views even told us about that. Knowledge is very important. Because if you keep asking God for wisdom, I'm sure God will always give you the wisdom. So I'm a cry baby. Sometimes I cry, and after crying, I'll now say, God, this man, what should I do? Because anytime I'm angry, I can't be productive. Or anytime I'm not talking to my husband, I cannot be productive. It hurts me. So for me to have my peace back, because like I said, I love my peace. For me to have my peace back, I need to make peace with my husband. And you see me happy again. I need to make peace. And thank God for who I married. He too, he loves peace. It's even me that is looking for trouble most of the time. Sometimes it's like this our relationship. It's too real for you to understand that. Like it's too real for you to believe. So maybe that's why you're trying to cause problem here, So marriage is hard work. And if you really, really, like I said, I've made up my mind, I'm marrying this man, come hell, come high water, I'm there. So please, anything that will take and rob you of your peace, please run away from it. The Bible says we should even forgive 70 times 7. Because for me, like I said, you can't do marriage without God. In everything I do, I'll be like, what will God have me do in this situation? Yes, God will want me to forgive him. And I'll be like, but God, this is too much now. How can I forgive him? I was even talking to him. He didn't even say anything. Men. And that thing, I was even talking to him. He said, how can I forgive? But then again, and again, you have to be asking God for the spirit of forgiveness. Spirit of forgiveness. You need it. And you need to get it. The spirit of forgiveness. You need it in your marriage. That prayer, I prayed it before I even entered marriage. Because while we were dating, it was like this. It was rough when we were dating. And sometimes I'll be like, I cannot forgive. I'll be like, I'm walking away. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm always, It seems like I told you I love my peace. So sometimes I'll just leave that thing and move on. But then again, I said, God, I need the spirit of. I started praying for the spirit of forgiveness, and it's been working for me. And sometimes it's so easy for me to forgive him. I don't know if it's his cursing because it doesn't give me wahala like you know like some of the things I would hear men do to women, and I can't believe that people can have that kind of heart. Nobody enters marriage um, wanting to get out again. I'm sure nobody enters marriage wanting to get out. But then again, when stuff like that start happening, hi, Nana, when things like that happen, you guys can go inside the house. Water fellow. Put it in my bag. Yeah, put it here. No, okay. My. So it's very important that we get this, and you have to make that effort. In fact, first of all, you have to decide that you want to stay in marriage. You're not there, like I said, you're not there for what you can get. You're there for what you can give. What can you give? You can give love. You can give affection. That man that you think is Obiokbo, like you said, that man that you think is, a hard man, you can use love to mellow him down. I'm serious. You can actually use love. That woman that you think she's Obiokbo, you can use love to mellow her down. Women are multipliers. Give him love, she'll give you double. Give him wahala, she'll give you. But not all women, because I don't like wahala. So, and my husband, he doesn't even like wahala. So I thank God for the person I married. I'm not saying we're perfect, far from that. But I can see effort, both of us, effort to make it work. You have to make that effort. He wants to make me happy. I want to make him happy. Okay? So all these things, it's all about the mindset. It's all about what you want to tell yourself. It's all about what vision do you have for your marriage? What vision? You need to have a vision for your marriage. What vision do you have for your marriage? So when you decide and say, for this particular thing, I'm not going to go there again, and you start working at it, and you start practicing it, like Golden View said, the husband is always calling her, like in the morning, she'll call, I just called to say I love you. Do you know I took that, and yesterday I did that. I called my husband. I said, I just called to say I love you and all that. I said, what did I do right? Yeah, so this one is good. This one, da 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 da. What did I do right? I said, you didn't do anything. I just called to say I love you. This is what I learned on my platform a day before yesterday, and he really liked it. So yelling at your spouse, it unleashes lots of strong negative emotions. Okay, shouldn't feel, you should find a way to say whatever you want to say in a respectful manner. You shouldn't tear down your partner. Like, this week is tight too. You shouldn't tear down your partner. You shouldn't, what is it called again? Because it makes them lose their self-worth. Like body shaming. Look at how fat you are. Look at how ugly you are. Look at how this and that. Same with your man. You can't say, go out and look for money like others and all that. Please, no matter how angry you are, please, I beg you, learn to speak right. Please. And also, prayer. Prayer is very, very, like, it's not something that you can it's not something that you can joke with. As much as I'm saying that things are working for me in this aspect, doesn't mean that I won't pray about it. I don't joke with it. I don't take my marriage for granted. I still tell God, I don't take my marriage for granted. And I need wisdom to do this thing called marriage, because I need my own to work. So please, if you love someone, again, you have to appreciation. Some men, they don't know how to say I love you. How will your wife know? And like I said, for people, somebody said something about long distance relationship. You leave your wife here, and your husband will be over there, and you can't even say I love you, baby. How are you? Those small words. Remember, women, we are moved by what we hear. We are moved by what we hear. So men, learn to always say those nice words. Don't tell me I'm not the I love you type, or I love you, no. Just continue saying it. Like I said, when I was young, I wanted to marry somebody that would be writing poem for me. Put it under my pillow every morning, wake me up with a kiss and all that. Oh, Mills and Boom. So, but okay, you have to learn again about there's this thing called love languages. You guys know about it, right? Abby, they want to see your face. You guys know about love languages? So even some that they said it's very hard for them to say I love you and all that. You have to learn when they are saying I love you. Yeah? You have to learn when or rather recognize when they're saying I love you. What are the love languages? You have the word of affirmation, like the one I was sharing now, and you have touch. Some people, when you touch them and all that, they will forget everything that you've done to them. Some people, when you say I love you, you're my queen, you're my princess, you're my everything and all that. They will forgive you. Some people is maybe like I said, physical touch. Give them what they want. Sex and all that. I think let me not expose my husband. Okay. But he loves physical touch. And me, I love words of affirmation, and I love gifts. We have words of affirmation, we have physical touch, we have gifts, we have acts of service, and we have I've mentioned touch, Abby. Touch, words of affirmation, gifts, acts of service, and Time, yeah. Spending quality time with somebody. Saying money, money, money. Money now, money comes under gifts. That's why I'm me 1 million now. You see me smiling. That's how I love money. Everybody loves money, please. So my husband knows my love language, and he uses it well. And it's so difficult for me to, even when I'm trying to get angry, it's not working. Sometimes I'll be like, I'll decide that I don't want to talk to this man for 1 week, but by evening you see us laughing like, sometimes I'll tell him, I don't know what you've done to me. This jazz, onye made the jazz and you say yes, it's the same thing with him and all that. So we should learn our partners' love languages, even if they're not saying it. There's this post that I saw one time. They said Igbo men that they won't say I'm sorry, but they will say ne ekanewe iwe Kobi. So it's their own way of saying I'm sorry. It's their own way of saying I'm sorry. So you mustn't. You can't. You just know that he's trying to say sorry, and just accept him like that, even if the sorry is not coming out that time. I was the person that taught my husband how to say sorry. When he comes in, please ask him. But I understood his love language. He's when I saw the post, I sent it to him when we were like the early years of our marriage. He will be sorry, but for him to tell you sorry, it just be baby, they since morning, and all that, and you can't but just laugh, But there are people that they must hear that sorry. I must hear the sorry. No, it's not. No. Cool down, madam. Now, cool down. But that right now in our marriage, babe, you've not called me this morning. This is today. My love, this one, my queen, my this. I'm sorry. Yeah, those small things now. He's saying I'm sorry. So they need to remember they are coming from another background, another place where I don't know. So you need to let them know that this thing matters to you, and they will learn from you. And again, when about communication, anytime I tell my husband, then in the early years of our marriage, like first or second year, we need to talk, he run away. In fact, he's not talking about anything serious, but he said that word, we need to talk, will set him running, set him on, that he doesn't like hearing we need to talk, So, but now, he's learned that we talk, there's no how, even if I say, babe, we need to talk, say, bring it on now, bring it on, what happened, what is it, he'll even be, keen to know what's up. So sometimes that's why they said the first 5 years of a marriage is like this, it's working. You guys are trying to learn each other. You learn, you relearn. You can't carry something from your back. You have to meet each other, and you can't carry something from your background, and you come and you say we must apply it here. Remember, you guys are coming from different families and backgrounds, and so you bring this one. If it doesn't work, you drop it. You bring this, he will bring his own. If it doesn't work, you drop it. You have to see how you will balance it. So please, it's it's something that is very important, because when people with different personalities come together to live together, there's bound to be stuff like this. Sometimes they'll be irritated. Sometimes, by, if you marry somebody that is picky, like very prim and proper person, if you remove your shoe, you keep it here. You remove your socks, you keep it here. You drink water, you go to the kitchen, you wash it immediately and keep it. And you're this kind of, you know, free person that you always catch it and start it. And you come and meet that kind of person. While I go do for things that shouldn't be problem. So please, let's try and watch it. Let's try and remove everything that will cause us to be angry in our marriage, everything that will cause us not to enjoy our peace. Like I said, I love my peace. I love my peace and I love my peace. Anger is a sign that we truly care about something, but then again, we have to work on it. We have to learn to forgive. We have to learn to be patient. We have to learn to communicate. Yeah? So, and this unforgiveness thing is a huge thing. But before then, I want to call somebody. Emily, South, give me that one now. South, give me that one. My Oka is there. See how I come. Let me see if I can see you. Okay. You have to you will please speak. Oh, I need to learn from you today.
Good
Hello.
evening.
Good
How are you
evening.
doing today?
Fine, thank you.
Good to be here. I'm thankful yesterday. It was really insightful and I actually learned a lot. Both I and my husband learned a lot. I wish he's still here to listen to today's information, but I guess it will catch up.
Okay.
Okay. So I just want to say a little more. I think we already spoke about communication yesterday, but today's topic, everything I think is just bound to communication, forgiveness, anger, trust, irreconcilable difference. Everything is in communication. Because for someone not to forgive you, it means probably you didn't apologize. You didn't talk it out. You didn't have a discussion. When there is no discussion, there cannot be forgiveness. People will bottle things in their mind. I want to use myself as an example. Like you said, Igbo men, they hardly apologize. They just want to maybe buy you gifts. They just show you love. But me, I want to hear that sorry. I want to hear you say sorry. And if you tap me and you show me love and you feel that it's okay, it is still in my mind. So it took us a while. Even if it's 12 o'clock, I'll wake you up. We need to talk. Why did you do this? That's my own style. With time, he also learned how to say sorry. And that wouldn't have happened if I did not communicate to him that I want him to learn how to say sorry. The problem we have now is we bottle a lot of things inside and expect our partner to just know. They're not spirits. How will they know? They can't read your mind. They can't read your mind. You have to say it the way it is. And like she said, you don't have to shout. You can actually be heard without shouting. You also have to understand your husband's mood and your wife's mood. It's not just about the husband, it's also about the wife. Because we two, we matter. Even when he's shouting, one thing I've learned is when he's shouting, I give him accolades. I call him my billionaire husband. Just little things. And before you know it, this man that is so enraged will now start smiling. I find out that works for me. Because if he's angry and I'm angry, I'm naturally a very hot-tempered person. If both of us start shouting at that time, it becomes very loud. And before you know it, neighbors will start hearing you guys having issues. And then the people that are staying with you will hear you having issues. And that I find it very embarrassing. So one thing that is working for me now, when I know I've done something wrong and that he's very angry, if I can't keep quiet, I'll start giving him accolades. My billionaire husband. That's one particular name I like calling him. I just start giving him pet names. You're so beautiful. This man is so fine. Try it. It will work. I'm talking to the women in this house. Try it to work. Don't go and start doing no boju. Who are you? Stupid man. Stupid woman. Stupid man. You are foolish. It will not work. You'll just go back to your parents' house embarrassed. And for what? Because of pride. Because of pride. Unforgiveness, anger, trust, everything boils down to communication. We have to learn how to communicate. Our problem we have is that our parents didn't teach us how to communicate. Like the person yesterday said, they only taught us how to cook, how to be good wife, how to be good husband, provide for your wife. They never taught us how to communicate. I wasn't taught how to communicate, but I was definitely taught how to cook, which is something I can even go to YouTube and learn. But that basic thing that I needed to learn, my first year of marriage was extremely very difficult because my husband is an extremely very neat person. And I'm coming from a polygamous home that we are staying in one room with my mom and everybody. Everything is always scattered. And I'm meeting this man that is extremely very neat. Everything has to be, the hanger has to be faced one side, everything. And it was so challenging. Me, I want to remove my clothes. I'm tired. I'm just coming back from work and throw it this way. And he will just frown. Most times he doesn't want to tell me, but he's always angry. And what did I do? Okay, we have a spare room. If I move your things to another room and let this man have this, I move every of my clothing to another room. I go there to pick it when I want to dress up. And I had peace. That is wisdom. I had peace and he became happier. I gave him the whole wardrobe. Use it. Face your hanger the way you want to face it. Because I wasn't ready to start doing all those the way he was. It was just too much. His own is to the extreme. Even his family complains about it. His own was just extreme. But because I know I needed to have peace in my home, I had to think of what should I do. And that was what I did. And it worked. But I could have decided that this room is for us. I'm your wife. We'll start dragging it. And who knows? We'll just be having issues. So find out what works for you. What works for your home. And then implement it. One other thing I want to advise on, your marriage is your business. Your marriage is not your mother's business. Because the way your mother married the husband, those old-time religion life doesn't work with us. It may work for the men a little bit. I think that the women are really catching up fast. Tell your husband when you're angry, because when you communicate, it makes you, like when I was watching what we watched yesterday with him, you can see the excitement. He was just hearing, what are you people talking about? You are saying vagina, Virginia. Jesus Christ, is this what you've been listening? Why didn't you tell me since? How come I'm not participating and say you're participating? And after this program, we had a beautiful conversation. I learned something like touching thing you talked about. I learned it. I was able to tell him, okay, even though you're going to be on your phone, I want you to acknowledge me every 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm also on my phone. I'm on my laptop. I'm doing my assignment. So every 10 minutes or 20 minutes, he just touch me like this. And I thought, what are you actually touching me? And he actually made me happy that he's acknowledging my presence. If I don't tell him, I'll be angry. This man, he has been on his phone for 5 minutes. He has been on his phone for 10 minutes. Is he not aware that the wife is lying beside him?
Network.
I'm not from that kind of home. I remember telling my mom I love you. She said to Fiagwa. I told her I love her. She said to Fiagwa. I'm not from that kind of home. She said to Fiaka, what do you mean you love me? Uba, it's for you and your husband. You cannot tell me that. So should I now carry that lifestyle to my marriage? Because I grew up from a house that expression of love wasn't a thing. No. But I came to a place where they express love. He used to tell me that if the father is traveling, the father will bite the mother's hand, leave a little mark. I say, oh, Jesus Christ, is this what I'm going to be doing? So I know I'm coming from to a house where they express love. I had to learn it. I had to learn it with this little Neil Samgun I was reading. I had to learn it to express my love. I had to learn it. If you tell your husband you love him 20 times, trust me, no matter how strong-headed he is, he will mellow. If you look at him and you, hey, Aguwoke, this man is the best husband, give him accolades. Give him accolades. And another thing, even if he doesn't make good decisions when it has to do with finances and businesses, give him opportunity to fail. Let him make that decision. You know that that decision is not going to work. Just let him make it. And when he fails, please don't tell him, I told you. I know it's not already going to work. I told you, this man, I told you. You're going to have a very insecure man in your hand. And every insecurity he feels in himself is going to pour it on you. Trust me. He's going to pour it on you. So even when he makes that mistake, me, I'm sharing my own experience. It's 5 years plus counting. December will make it 6 years. If he makes a mistake and then he is bold enough to come and share it with you, don't even see that as a mistake. Let him know it wasn't a mistake. It's just that it didn't work. Let him know. Make him feel that he's important. Make him feel like a man. And don't compare him with your sister's husband. Don't do that. My sister's husband did this. My sister's husband bought this. My friend's husband. It won't work. That's the worst thing you can do to a man, and that's the worst thing you can do to a woman. It's difficult to forgive when you keep